Hello, this is Hail the Sun, coming to you from Hive magazine at 2000 Trees.
This is Hive magazine. I'm Danny Baker, and I am here at 2000 Trees Festival today with the incredible Hail the Sun. How are we doing?
Doing very well today. It's a very lovely day here, 2000 Trees.
So, how was the set? Are we glad to be back in the UK? How's it all been so far?
Yeah, the set was really good, very surprising. This is our third time in the UK, and every time we come back, it gets better and better. So we played Radar Fest last year, and this was even better than that, so we're stoked.
So, I mean, you guys have been on a crazy touring run recently. I mean, you've been doing some shows over here before 2000 Trees. How do you find playing headline shows around the same time as festival shows and kind of doing two different sets in a way?
Yeah. We didn't know what to expect coming over here. Last summer was really good. It was surprisingly very good when we were supporting the Fall of Troy. So we got the 2000 Trees offer and decided to book some headline shows around it, and they've been better than we could have expected. Sold out London, Sheffield tomorrow is sold out, and all the rest were very well attended. So it's just been really cool to see it start to catch on over in the UK, because we're just not used to that.
Anything to add, guys?
Yeah, see, you said going in between sets, right, from different tours.
Yeah,
that's been it's been a busy year for us. We feel like we've been on the road since February of this year, so we've had a few hashed out sets, but for the most part now we're trying to roll into playing our new material, and we just released a song, the Drooling Class, so that's been fun to play. And other than that, it's like you have your set songs that goes off really well with your crowd. You want to connect with them, and it's been going well. So.
Yeah. How do you decide kind of which ones to cut from the set when the new material starts to come out? Because I think a lot of people get used to, you playing certain songs and then it's like there's always going to be someone that's going to be like, oh, you've taken this one out. How is it deciding on that?
Yeah, I would go to say, we've been fortunate to have really good fans. When we release new material, we've had a great response. So one, that's been great to play. And as far as the older songs, it's getting a little harder. I'd say we have some deep arguments, not arguments, but everyone has their opinion on what songs should be played.
Debate, we'll say.
Yes, yeah. So luckily we have a lot of fun material to play, and we get a good response from the crowd.
Yeah, of course. I mean, your live sets are always incredible, I must say. Like, I first caught you guys on the Fall of Troy run last year at the Leeds show, I believe it was.
Oh, cool. Great.
And your stage presence is just so powerful. Like, everybody gets into it. Like, even as support on that run, everybody was so into it. How do you kind of conduct yourselves on a support slot in comparison to a headline, and also just in general what goes into creating that stage presence as a whole?
I think it's really important for us to put on a good show. We love the musicianship about what we do, but we love to be performers as well. I look at us as entertainers who know how to play music, and we're very proud of the music that we create. But we want to leave an impression, make an impression, and just be as entertaining as we possibly can while still enjoying fully what we do, so it doesn't ever feel contrived.
How do you kind of keep the energy going when you're on the road for so long, doing so many constant gigs, and especially, days like this where it's so hot and things like that? What are your touring essentials basically for keeping going?
We like to laugh a lot, I'll say that. That keeps spirits up, and we're good brothers, We've been together for 15 years, so we know things about each other that other people shouldn't know, so that's always good to hash at each other.
Yeah, we really enjoy doing what we do. It's still a lot of fun. 15 years into it, it just gets funner and funner. So our work and we're lucky that our gifts and our passions align with what we've chosen to do as a career, if you will.
Perfect. And of course, you guys still aren't stopping. You have your co-headline run coming up later, back end of this year, with Between the Buried and Me. How did that come about? How do you decide to, co-headliners aren't as common as just your normal headline tours, so how did that all get put together?
That was something that sort of came together last minute. We've been a fan of that band for a bit, and there's been discussions in the past about doing a tour with them. The stars just aligned. They reached out, and we were also putting together a headline run at the same time. So we decided to just combine forces and see what happens when you put Between the Buried and Me and Hail of the Sun into the same room, along with Delta Sleep is going to be on that tour as well.
I'll just tack on to that. We've been like massive fans of that band since like Silent Circus days. He said a little bit, and so I just want to clarify, a little bit is a long time. So we're fucking pumped to perform with those guys. It's going to be sick.
It is an insane lineup. Like it pains me that it's not over here. I'm not gonna lie. Like I need to see that tour happen. Just bring it over here, please. Please.
Maybe. It might be happening.
Are we hinting at something there? Is there...
If you're good, we'll treat you guys.
If you're good.
That's right, England.
I mean, we might have an exclusive right there, so I will take that. But of course, we have to talk about the latest single while we're here as well. So you guys have released the Drooling Class, and did you get the opportunity to play it live today as well?
I did.
How was the reception for that? How was the crowd? Was people like knowing the words, or have they not got there just yet?
Yeah, I feel like the reception's been great. As John mentioned, our fans tend to really latch on to the new stuff. That song we intentionally put out before the rest of the album because it's such a high energy song. It's about just being extremely confident and knowing that we're doing exactly what we're supposed to be doing and that we're going to do it to the top of our potential. And the crowd seems to really engage with it. They have known the words.
Can I add to that too? So we just released that song a few weeks ago, and we made our live debut of that song here in the UK, in Manchester. So fun little fact.
As someone from Manchester, the fact that you debuted it there is that means a lot. And Rebellion is an incredible venue, I must add. It's
Great venue.
One of my favourite venues in the entire country. Yeah. So you touched on obviously the fact the album is coming. I believe it was around fall time.
Around fall time.
Yeah. What can we expect? How has your sound and writing kind of evolved from the last releases?
Hard to answer.
Yeah, that's tough to answer. It always follows the same formulas, as in we write songs on our own, we write songs together, a lot of collaboration. The biggest standout on this one was we worked with some incredible producers that we went to college with, actually, and we reconnected. They went on and they've done Grammy award-winning albums, and they decided to do a rock band, which was us. And we have another incredible mixing engineer, Zach Stravini, who's mixing the album. So the sound in general is just a much bigger sound. It's a much bigger modern take on the normal Hail of the Sun style writing, Hail of the Sun style vibe, if you will. There's a big spectrum on there. There's soft songs, there's heavy songs, arguably our heaviest songs, but it all has been, the songwriting portion usually stays to the same formula as we do stuff on our own, and then we bring it together and it gets completed as a whole.
Good.
Perfect. So just to start to wrap this up now, are there any up-and-coming bands at the moment that you're loving that you want to give a shout-out to?
Ooh, Donnie's got a nice little roster.
I would like to say the last few shows we were playing with a band called Strawberry Lace, and there's some local guys outside of London area, and they're really fantastic. Strawberry Lace.
Yeah, they were great. I heard that band on Spotify and like months ago, and we invited them to play some shows. But I want to give a shout out to a band called Mella, who is about to be there. I'm a big fan of that band. Lobby Boxer, Dwellings, Mundo, all really great artists that I feel like have a bright future ahead of them.
Incredible bands there. And my final question for you guys today, who would you like to see headline 2000 Trees in 2026?
The Mars Volta.
That's a good one. That's a really good one. At the drive-in. I'll add that.
Yes. That one.
I can't think of one. Hello. Hello.
Band?
I don't have a band that I can think of right now. That's a loaded question.
Alan chooses Under Oath. I'm going to choose for Alan.
Okay.
Under Oath.
We'll go
Under
with
Oath for Alan.
And I'll just take the guilty one. I would like to see us. So
Absolutely.
I love that answer.
I'm guilty as charged.
2026, Hail the Sun. Let's make it happen.
There we go.
Thank you so much for being here with me, guys. It's been amazing.
Thank you so much.